Michael Sullivan is Managing Director for Second Avenue Capital Partners. We thank you for being with us on M&A TV.
Happy to be here.
Well, it is our pleasure because you've got great expertise to share with our audience. And so we only have a few minutes, but we wanted to talk just a little bit about what your specialty is. And I know it's with the tougher retail deals, and we can talk specifically about that because that is a stressed industry right now.
It really is. Obviously, there's a lot of headlines in the news about companies filing for bankruptcy, companies that are liquidating, but we kind of look at it from the other side of things. There's a lot of retailers out there who are, have a good customer base, they have loyalty. They might be struggling, traffic might be down, but they're working on their business model, and there's a customer base that wants to support them. So what we look to do is come in and bring in the capital to help that company transition, work a turnaround plan, and get back to, being on good footing.
Can you give an example?
Yeah, so we recently did a transaction with Charming Charlie. It's a company, really loyal customer base. I know my wife and my mother, and
yeah, I think every woman watching knows exactly what you're talking about.
Exactly, and there's a customer base that really supports that company, and the company is filed for Chapter 11 about a year ago. They reorganized and they came back stronger, and that customer base stuck with them. And by adding some liquidity and getting the company back on good footing, they're able to work that turnaround plan and continue to service their customers.
Typically, do these companies already have a plan in place and they're just looking for the capital, or do you come in and you actually help them with other things besides money? Yeah,
so we're part of the Schottenstein organization, which has a lot of retail expertise.
Yes.
So we bring that perspective. We bring the merchants from the Schottenstein organization into the transaction, and look at the stores. We spend a lot of time with management, just understanding their plan, understanding what the stores should look like, how they're merchandised, and what they're doing right and what they could do better. But a lot of times there's advisors in there that are giving them great advice and putting them on the right path.
A lot of the talk during this particular symposium has been about disruptors. And in the retail industry in particular, there are huge disruptors, from the way consumers buy to the actual distribution system, things like that. Do you try to help companies with that?
We do. So I look at companies that really embrace a technology like Amazon. Yeah. You could try to fight Amazon, but the companies that really have been successful are the ones who embrace it and say, yeah, that's a platform that reaches a whole lot of people, and if I can work with them instead of fighting against them, I could really boost my top line. There's expenses and things that go along with it, but you're reaching a really vast audience. So if you're a consumer products company, you're able to really reach a much broader audience than you would by trying to go direct to customer on your own. Mm-hmm. So I think companies that are able to embrace some of the new technologies and changes are the ones that have been successful.
Yeah, and the ones that will survive in the future.
Absolutely.
Do you anticipate any other key changes, like the distribution with Amazon? Do you predict anything else in the retail industry that they should be looking at and considering as they move forward?
Yeah, I think companies that have moved to a smaller footprint have embraced things like lifestyle centers versus some of the old line malls are really still able to drive the foot traffic. If you look at consumer spending, like in sectors like apparel and things like that, people are spending more money. They're just spending it differently. So understanding how they're spending it, where they're spending it, and really being able to adapt to that.
You were on a panel here during the symposium. When you come to an event like this, what are you trying to glean for your business?
Yeah, I think for us, it's, obviously there's a networking aspect. An event like this attracts a lot of people from industries that we work with. So a lot of times when we're looking at transactions, they're coming from investment bankers, they're coming from turnaround professionals, and this is a venue that attracts a lot of those people. So from a networking perspective, it's great. And then listening into the panels and kind of getting a sense of what people are seeing in the market from a sector standpoint, from where we are in the cycle. So you get really the educational end of it along with the networking. So it's a great event for us.
Mm-hmm. And being able to share your expertise as you're doing today.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Michael Sullivan with Second Avenue Capital Partners. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure.